What's up everyone, this is FP Stakes bringing you some more Go Battle League battles here in the Kanto Cup, and in today's video I'm going to be running Mew, Electrode, and Wigglytuff in the back. Electrode continues to be just a really solid safe swap within this Kanto Cup meta, and if you're running Foul Play and Discharge as the charge moves, nothing really hard punishes Electrode, and Mew is always a fun pick in this Kanto Cup as well, able to beat the other Psychic types and have play against the Ghost types as well. So let's jump right into these battles here. I have my Mew against this Lapras. Now because I am running Wild Charge, this is a okay matchup. However, throwing the Wild Charge will obviously drop your defense, and the Surfs are going to do a lot more damage. So I'm going to let the first Surf go through. And I was able to sneak a Shadow Claw on that first charge move, so we have a decent amount of energy here, very close to 2 Wild Charges. They let the Wild Charge go through, which I was very surprised. And in the back is a Hex Alolan Marowak. So I do know that Wigglytuff will be pretty solid to against this, but Electrode also has play, so I end up preserving my Mew. Because I have 2 responses to this AWAC, I'm just going to go into my Electrode. I could have thrown 2 Volt Switches there and then thrown my move for more optimal move timing, but I was afraid that they might be able to get to another Bone Club before I got to that Foul Play. They catch the Foul Play on Hypno, so they're in a very tough spot here, which makes sense why they stayed in with the Lapras in the lead, because Mew essentially had play against all 3 of their Pokemon, so very favorable alignment for me. I can just let this go, and Wigglytuff is easily going to be able to take out this Alolan Marowak. Charm and Hex are both 3-turn moves, and so I'm trying to keep track of my opponent's energy here. They go for Shadow Ball, which does technically do slightly more damage than Bone Club, I believe, but it is double resisted, so I don't think it's nearly as energy efficient. And here I go for a fun little cheeky catch on my Mew for no reason, but just to kind of flex a little bit and be able to catch that energy. Going to be able to charm down this Alolan Marowak and take that game. Mew into Dragonair, not that great of a matchup. Dragonair is kind of a issue for this team. All of my charge moves on Mew are going to be resisted on this Dragonair, but at least my fast move damage is able to do a little bit here. Gonna go straight for the Wild Charge, and they end up shielding. Gonna go into my Electrode here. Obviously Wigglytuff is the hard counter, so I don't want to bring it onto this Dragonair. I'm able to sneak an entire Volt Switch through though, because they throw immediately. So I'm building up energy, gonna throw this Foul Play here. This will do a lot of damage to the Dragonair. It actually takes it out. What do they have in the back? We still have a decent amount of health on our Mew. And out comes a Powder Snow Alolan Ninetails, so not too bad here. Really hoping that I can get to another Discharge before they are able to get to a charge move. And I'm able to get there. This is going to do a good amount of damage. And then I might want to swap out to avoid getting farmed down. I'm going to go straight into my Wigglytuff. I don't want to give this Alolan Ninetails any extra energy. Now I'm really hoping I can sneak a Charm here, but it looks like my opponent is trying to build to back-to-back moves, but because they farmed so much, they don't even get my final shield. Had they have thrown Sludge Wave and burned my shield, they would have been able to land that Dazzling Gleam there, but I think my Wigglytuff still would have barely survived, so we're able to take that game. Okay, Gengar lead, kind of awkward once again. We're both hitting for super effective damage, and even the Shadow Punch from this Gengar is going to do so much damage. So I'm just going to throw this Surf and see what they want to do. They do end up shielding. And I end up catching the Shadow Punch on my Wigglytuff. My opponent is going to opt to stay in, so I'm wondering if they're very weak to Wigglytuff in the back. They bring out a Kanto Sand Slash. Holy cow. That's a spicy pick for Kanto Cup for sure. And I shield up a Rock Tomb. Unfortunate. I thought it might have been an Earthquake because they farmed up a lot of energy. Going to throw the Ice Beam here. They do end up shielding it. And I'm really glad that my Electrode doesn't have to see this Sand Slash, because that would be really bad. I'm going to swap into my Mew here, and in the back is a Blastoise. Going to throw this Wild Charge. It does a lot of damage, but it does not one-shot a Blastoise because it's non-stab. Now I can safely bring out my Electrode. I will get hit by a Hydro Cannon here, but that's fine. Gonna be able to farm this down, and Electrode will be able to clean up that Sandslash in the back as well. And we're gonna be able to take that game. Good game. Alright, we have Mew into Dugong. Another situation where Wild Charge will be able to hit for super effective, but over time Dugong can just double shield this matchup if they want to win it, and the debuffs are really going to add up over time. So they end up shielding that first move. I actually opt to go into Wigglytuff here because Electrode is technically my hard counter to the Dugong. They're going to bring in an Alolan Marowak, and they chipped me with an Icy Wind first before getting out, which is a decent play. But they are going to throw a Bone Club here. If I were the opponent, I probably would have just Fire Spinned my Wigglytuff all the way down. But I'm going to be able to land some Play Rough chip damage there and actually do a sizable chunk of health to this Alolan Marowak. So ideally what I want to do here is farm this Alolan Marowak all the way down. If that means I have to shield twice, then I'm totally okay with this, because I have a feeling that this energy on Mew is going to be able to be put to good use. They're up a shield, but we have energy. They bring out the Dugong once again, so I'm going to throw one Shadow Claw and then throw the Wild Charge, and then I should be one Shadow Claw away from another Wild Charge. This should be enough to knock out the Dugong, but regardless of what comes in, I'm going to swap out here. It does end up being their own Mew in the back, so I just need to get to this foul play. This will hit for super effective damage on the Mew. And they're not going to be able to have enough energy to take out my Electrode and my Mew, so we're able to win that game. So this is where having Surf on Mew is really, really great for this Alolan Marowak matchup. It just makes it a lot more comfortable. Gonna throw this Surf and see what they want to do. They tank it. And winning the lead pretty comfortably with Mew is kind of nice, because then you have all this energy coming out of this matchup. Now, because they sacrificed their Alolan Marowak, I have a feeling that they might be weak to Mew in the back. So I'm going to swap to my Electrode, mix it up, and preserve my Mew and see what they want to do. I'm going to throw this Discharge immediately because it looks like they're opting to stay in. It does a good amount of chip damage there. And at this point, my Wigglytuff can handle this Alolan Muck, and even my Mew can handle this Alolan Muck at that low of health. So I get them to expend their energy, and then most likely going to come in with Wigglytuff here, probably land 2 Charms, and knock out the... they actually end up saving their Alolan Muck, which is not great, and they have a Golbat in the back. So Alolan Marowak and then like double Poison, kind of an interesting team. I'm going to go straight for this Surf here. I just need any chip damage that I can get, and my opponent recognized that that was not a Wild Charge, but all I'm looking for is chip damage here, because if I can get this Golbat low enough to where I can charm it down, then we're looking pretty good here. And the Golbat has gotten very low, but they also have stored a lot of energy, so I'm really hoping that I can charm this thing down. I sneak a Charm upon entry. I have to shield this Poison Fang, otherwise the wing attacks will do enough damage. And one more Charm does it. We're able to charm it down and take out the Alolan Muck. Good game. Nidoqueen lead. We have Surf, so this is alright, but if the Nidoqueen wants to start committing shields, then they definitely have play in this matchup. So, gonna let the first Poison Fang go and throw the Surf here. We have a good amount of energy stored. Get the first shield and gonna throw another Surf. If they double shield this is gonna be pretty awkward. Yeah, Nidoqueen is kind of a core breaker for this team, so I'm actually forced to go into my Electrode. But luckily the Nidoqueen is low enough to where hopefully these foul plays will be able to do enough damage. So gonna throw the foul play, and we end up CMP tying. This Nidoqueen is just wrecking havoc on my team here. Oh my word. We're not able to. Okay, thank goodness they throw their energy here, because I was very worried that I would not have been able to get to that foul play. Gonna bring out my Mew and farm this down. What is in the back? I really hope Wigglytuff has play. It's a Frost Breath Lapras. Oh my word. Typically people are going to run Ice Shard as the fast move on their Lapras because it's a little bit more balanced. Frost Breath definitely does more damage though. And my Wigglytuff is just too slow to get to a charge move here. In the back is their own Wigglytuff. They got a charm through, and then they snuck another charm. So down goes my Wigglytuff. I have to throw this Surf, and I am going to lose to a Frost Breath Lapras. Really unfortunate. Well played by my opponent there. Nidoqueen, tough lead for this team, and they ended up double shielding and keeping it very healthy. So that was a smart play. Blastoise in the lead. Fairly neutral here, but obviously our Wild Charge will do a lot of damage. The Hydro Cannon will do a lot of damage as well, and then the Water Gun, the Water Guns will put me low enough to where they can farm me down. So I'm going to shield once and then knock out the Blastoise with the Wild Charge. Out comes an Electrode, and this might be another instance where I'm going to safe swap my own Electrode, preserve my Mew, and hope that it has play in the back. This is either a CMP tie or... yeah, I actually successfully denied their Volt Switch there, which always lucky when that occurs. They also have foul play, and I'm going to be able to throw another foul play here and see what they want to do. They do end up shielding, even though the shield animation does not pop up, so I'm going to let this go. I hope that this KOs me so they don't get more farm. It does, and then I can comfortably charm down this Electrode before they get to a move. We're looking very good here. AWAC in the back, Fire Spin AWAC, and they pretty much just have to go straight for Bone Club. Even though the charms are resisted here and the play rough is resisted, still does a decent amount of damage, and I'm going to be able to get to the Surf on my Mew anyways, so they were kind of weak to Mew in the back. Preserving it in the end game ended up working out pretty well. Good game. Next match we have Mew into Dragonite. I'm going to go straight into my Electrode. Electrode is hitting for neutral here. I go straight for the foul play because I anticipated them trying to make a catch like that. And foul play would have hit for neutral, same with discharge. So I'm able to land that damage on this Shadow Venusaur, but oh my gosh, Shadow Venusaur with loaded energy is very scary for my team. Mew can like barely tank a Frenzy Plant. But at this point, I'm really hoping that potentially a double shielded Wigglytuff is going to be my win condition, and hopefully that Venusaur was their only charm answer. So I'm letting all of this damage go through. And I'm going to bring out my Wigglytuff here. I know that the Dragonite already has a move loaded, so if I would have shielded my Mew, they would have had energy to threaten it. And it looks like Wigglytuff was going to sweep the back line because my opponent conceded the match there. Good game. This is a Charm Santa Hat Raichu. Whoa. So this thing is outputting a lot of fast move damage. Another really interesting spicy pick on my opponent's team here. They end up double shielding their Charm Raichu, so I'm just going to go into my Wigglytuff. A double shielded Charmer in the back. There's not a lot of things that can beat that. They bring out a Vaporeon. Holy cow, these charms are eating this Vaporeon alive. And they are running Aqua Tail, so they're going to be able to get to their charge moves fairly quickly here. I can't charm this thing all the way down before it gets to another move. So just going to throw the play rough. What is in the back? A Tauros. Holy cow, I've never gone against a Tauros in GBL, but my opponent definitely had a unique team there. Good game. Mew into Beedrill. Another kind of core breaker for my team. Beedrill has X Scissor to hit for super effective here. It has Drill Run to hit for super effective on my Electrode. And all that poison type damage is going to really add up against my Wigglytuff. So I kind of need to get this Beedrill low enough in the lead to where it's not a big threat to my backline. So I'm just throwing straight Surfs here, trying to get whatever chip damage I can. Gonna swap into Electrode here, hoping that I caught an X-Scissor. And I did, so we're looking all right. They bring in an Alolan Marowak. This is where having Foul Play on Electrode is so nice in this situation to hit for super effective damage against the Ghost and the Psychic types in the Kanto meta. They're going to throw Bone Club and knock me out, totally fine. This is looking like some pretty nice farm for my Wigglytuff. I'm going to bring in my Wigglytuff and get a jump start on energy so I don't have to worry about shielding. I don't want to have to spend a shield here. They go for Shadow Bone, no defense fell. They bring out the Beedrill once again, and I'm able to Shadow Claw it down before it gets to a move. And what is in the back? It's a Hypno, so we're looking very good here. Good game. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you appreciate the content, and I'll see you all in the next video.